gentlemen, please welcome Lampkin.
Great audience kind of makes me wish I had a better act. She didn't tell you I'm kind of excited. I just signed a 1-year contract with Columbia Records. Get any 12 CDs or cassettes I want for $1. I was kind of worried about driving up here. I figured the traffic would be horrible on 101. No way. 85 miles an hour. I was following along. All the traffic's doing 85 miles an hour. Pretty soon I see a red light behind me. I pull over, a cop comes out, starts writing me a ticket. I said, why me? We were all doing the same speed. He says, well, when I turned on my lights, you're the only one that pulled over. Boy, lesson learned, that's for sure. She introduced me as Al Lampkin. Actually, I'm Charles Allen Lampkin III. Sounds like royalty. It's not. My sister is Charles Allen Lampkin II. I just wonder, how many of you have never seen me perform before? Oh my goodness, look at that. How many of you are seeing me for the first time? Not to say no. How many of you just don't care? Huh? Yeah, I can tell. You're a great looking audience though. My goodness. A lot of pretty people here. A couple ugly ones. Don't look around. You know, beauty's only skin deep. Of course, ugly's clear to the bone. I read the Reader's Digest that 1 out of every 3 people are ugly. Can you imagine that? 1 out of every 3 people are ugly. Now, if you wonder how that affects you, take a look at the person on your right. Take a look at the person on your left. And if they look all right, bingo, you got it. My wife has a philosophy. She says, always marry an ugly person. I mean, you figure it this way. You know, young lady, when you get married, marry an ugly guy. Because you marry some handsome, good-looking guy. Later in life, he may leave you. Same thing with you young men. You know, when you get married, don't marry some beautiful, good-looking girl. Marry an ugly girl. Because if you marry somebody beautiful, they might leave you. But if you marry somebody ugly, if they leave you, you won't care. Actually, let me tell you, this is sincere. I am really thrilled to be here. And I'll tell them why. My brother and his wife and their entire family have been in my house for 2 weeks. So it's a pleasure to be among strangers. My sister-in-law's been doing all the cooking for 2 weeks. Let me tell you, nobody cooks like she does. Now, the army came close. Before she got there, my brother said, oh, her food's fit for a king. And I thought, a king, that's her St. Bernard. Here, king, here, king. That's ridiculous. Last night, she took an hour and a half to make minute rice. You ever heard of burnt Jell-O? We now have the only garbage disposal in town that gags. And their kids, I took them to Disneyland. Give them $100. Say, do whatever you want. They took a cab home. Oldest daughter, she's studying home economics. You know what that is, right? Lost a button on my coat, she sewed up the hole. Now, don't get me wrong, I love my family. My brother, my sister, my whole family, when we were growing up, we were a very close, tight-knit family. I mean, we used to go hiking together, we'd go camping together. We used to eat out under the stars together. I was 8 years old before I realized we were homeless. My mother, she used to buy most of our clothes at a war surplus store. I mean, I looked ridiculous going to school dressed as a Japanese admiral. And I swear my dad didn't like me. He used to always say, why can't you be more like your cousin Robert? Why can't you be like your cousin Robert? I mean, Robert died at birth. I live in Burbank. Anybody here from Burbank? Woo! Oh, good. Can I get a ride home after the show? People in Burbank are strange, I'll tell you. Well, you know it. You know what I'm talking about. Used to talk about it, Lampkin, and Johnny Carson talked about beautiful downtown Burbank. Other day I saw my neighbor had 6 penguins on the lawn. I said, why don't you take those to the zoo? He said, that's a good idea. Next day I saw him still had penguins. I said, I thought you were going to take them to the zoo. He said, I did. Today we're going to Disneyland. Tomorrow we're going to... It's very fun. I got a neighbor on the other side who's got a dog with no legs. I said, what do you call him? He said, doesn't matter. He wouldn't come anyway. You're starting to look at me like I'm a little strange. I recognize that look, you know. I want you to know I went to a psychiatrist. He said, Al, you're crazy. I said, I want a second opinion. He said, okay, you're ugly, too. I was an ugly baby. When I was born, a doctor slapped my mother. He used to diaper my face. Or you should see my brother Lester burn his face bobbing for French fries. Now he's a criminal lawyer. Of course, most of them are. Oh, we got a few over here. Brother works for a law firm. He makes loopholes. Very clever attorney. He can look at a contract and immediately tell you whether it's written or oral. Last week he had a date with Siamese twins. I said, well, did you have a nice time? He said, well, yes and no. Yes and no. I want you to know I don't do this for a living. I have a regular day job. I have a paper route. The night I went collecting, knocked on the guy's door. Guy came out and said, where's my money? He said, in the bushes where you throw the paper. The way my lunchman run. I read my horoscope. Said, make new friends, see what happens. I made 3 new friends, nothing happened. I'm stuck with 3 new friends. Got an uncle that died. Left me a hamburger stand in Watts called Whitey's. Went to Las Vegas, reserved a room, forgot to reserve a bed. Finally, I go down to the room clerk. He said, how much it cost for a room with a bed? He said, $125 a night. I said, don't you have anything cheaper? He says, yeah, but you got to make your own bed. I said, that's okay. He gave me a hammer, nails, 2 cords. There are people in Las Vegas. You know, even the panhandlers are different. Guy comes up to me, wants to bum some money to buy food to pay to give to his children. He said he's been out of work for a year, his wife is sick. I said, no, wait a minute. If I give you money, how do I know you're not just going to gamble with it? He said, oh, I got gambling money. Oh, you know what I'm talking about. I just worked a week at the Bellagio Hotel. What a wonderful place. It is just absolutely gorgeous. The towels are so fluffy you can barely close your suitcase. First morning I was there was a knock at the door. I said, who is it? She says, it's the house cleaner. I want to come in and clean up. I opened the door, she came in, took a shower, and left. People in Vegas, now I hope there's nobody here from Las Vegas, but I know what it is. They get a little ornery, and I think it's because there's so many tourists come up there. You know, always tourists. And I've worked those spots in Reno and Tahoe and Las Vegas. In fact, I used to gamble a lot. I used to gamble away my house money, my rent money, my food money. I was broke. I walked to a house, knocked at the door, lady came out. I said, ma'am, do you have a bite to eat for a hungry man? She said, well, you eat yesterday's soup? I said, sure. She said, good, come back tomorrow. Come back tomorrow. She said, yesterday's. I should have known what kind of show this was going to be. I looked in the parking lots, tractors out there. Oh, one of them's yours. I said, you know, talking about that ticket on the way up here reminds me about a highway patrolman and a story about a highway patrolman. He's driving down the road. He sees a car turned upside down, pulls over to investigate. There's a man and a woman laying unconscious on the ground and a chimpanzee jumping around. He looks down at the chimpanzee and says, my goodness, what was that guy doing? And chimpanzee goes, hoo, 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 hoo. Says, oh, he was drinking. Well, what was she doing? Hoo, 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 hoo. I see, she was sleeping. Well, what were you doing? Hoo, 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 hoo. Well, picture like animal stories. Blind guy walks in a restaurant. He's got a seeing eye dog. Gets inside, picks the dog up by the tail, swings him over his head. He says, what are you doing? He says, I'm just looking around. Oh, good, you're a sick audience, too. I walks up to the house, knocks on the door, lady comes out, he says, ma'am, I don't know how to tell you this. I feel really bad about this, but I was driving by in front of your house and I ran over a cat, and I'm looking for the owner. She said, oh no, well, it didn't look like it. She said, no, what did it look like before you hit it? Just relax your standards, just for tonight. Here's another one you might not care at all for. You know why they tie a baby's umbilical cord off? That's so he won't go. Guy's got a Great Dane, ties him up to a lamppost, goes inside a bar, sits down, pretty soon another guy comes in. So who owns that dog out front? Guy says, I do, he's mine, what's wrong? He says, well, my dog just killed your dog. Your dog killed my dog? What kind of dog you got? He says, I got a Chihuahua. A Chihuahua killed a Great Dane. How'd he do it? He says, well, I'm not too sure, but I think he got it stuck in his throat. So here's two rabbits. They're running across a field being chased by a pack of wolves. One rabbit turns to the other and he says, let's duck in that hole and we'll stay there till we outnumber them. The other rabbit says, keep running, I'm your brother. Thank you so much.